To discuss priorities in 2025-2026 draft budget preparation ahead of Parliament reopening. Government engages community in crime prevention. And Ethiopia set to offer full scholarships to students from Jongole State. Good evening and welcome to SSBC News. I am Duku Wilson with the news in detail. Stakeholders have convened in Juba for training program on international human rights instruments and obligations. The program, organized by the Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs in collaboration with the United Nations Mission in South Sudan Human Rights Division, brought together members of National Human Rights Council and representatives from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation to discuss mechanisms for promoting human rights. In his opening remarks, Justice Minister Dr. Wek Mamer says the country's transitional constitution 2011, as amended, provides fundamental rights for all. UNMISS Human Rights Officer Elizabeth reaffirmed their commitment to continue providing technical support to the ministry towards achieving international mechanism on protection and promotion of human rights.
The principles are reflected in Article provision of Chapter 2 of the Constitution, particularly Article 11 and 14, and so forth, articulates the Bill of Rights, which include civil, political, economic, social, and cultural rights. The ministry will recognize the critical role to play, and thus we are committed to the following actions in 2025 to 2026 forward.
UNMISS Human Rights Division is once again privileged to collaborate with you and affirms its commitments to continue providing technical support and assistance to realize the impact of international mechanisms on protection and promotion of human rights.
As South Sudan remains engaged with the Vatican's global peace and stability efforts, the government continues to reassure its citizens of its unwavering commitment to steering the nation towards lasting peace and stability. This follows the return of a government delegation from the Jubilee of Governments in the Vatican, led by the Minister of Environment and Forestry, Josephine Napon Cosmas, on behalf of President Salva Kiir. The Jubilee of Governments, convened by Pope Leo XIV, brought together representatives including religious groups from various nations to promote justice and reconciliation around the world. The concept of Jubilee originates from the book of Leviticus, chapter 25, marking a special year of reconciliation and pilgrimage. Minister Napon outlined the key outcomes of the Jubilee of Governments commemoration held in the Vatican.
I had the privilege to head a delegation for government Jubilee, comprised of the church members and the government leaders, to the Holy See Vatican on behalf of the President of the Republic of South Sudan. The Jubilee for Government is a celebration to recognize and reward their long and dedicated services. It's also pilgrims where people across the globe visit holy places and to reflect on spiritual renewal, forgiveness, and solidarity, because the Jubilee here is a special year, especially for Catholics. It's a year of forgiveness and reconciliation, which is celebrated every 25 years and is always being declared by Pope. We also bring you the message of peace, the message from Pope Leo XIV, and the Pope emphasized on the following. The Pope emphasize on the responsibility of the political leaders to promote the common good, particularly by defending the vulnerable and marginalized.
The Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Hussein Abdelbagi Akol, met with the chairperson of the reconstituted Joint Monitoring and Evaluation Commission, ARJEMIC, Ambassador George Agri Owino, in Juba on Thursday. The meeting focused on progress in the implementation of the revitalized peace agreement.
We met today and discussed a wide range of issues, the issues of peace and security in Sudan, the issue of agriculture and the role that agriculture will play in Sudan. And of course, we also wanted to pick his wisdom on a number of issues. He's an experienced person. He has played a big role in the peace process, and so I needed to hear from him some of his views. Secondly, also as ARJEMIC, I also briefed the regional heads of state of IGAD on the implementation of the peace process, and I'm about to do that soon. So that's why I'm also having conversations with the senior leadership
Government has embarked on protecting wildlife migration routes to ensure safe movements of wildlife species between areas. The Minister of Wildlife Conservation and Tourism, Rizik Zakaria Hassan, met with the Chief Administrator of Ruweng Administrative Area, Peter Gozulu Maze, to address the concerns over the movement of wildlife migration route. In a media briefing, Peter Gozulu says the meeting focused on strengthening relations between the African Parks Network and Pibor communities.
The aspects of how to resolve those challenges, and also the second aspects we share with him about the partnership between the National Ministry and African Parks, who are on the ground there. They are mandated to act to complement the role of the ministry on the ground. And that role necessitates them also to cooperate with the communities, because the communities are part and parcel of the conservations. Those few areas we have resolved that we should be address them soon.
African Park in the area, and to see the ways how African Park can operate in Greater Pibor, and to harmonize the activities that we see in Greater Pibor with the minister, to see that African Park is working comfortably with the law of South Sudan. We also discuss how we can try to improve the wildlife conservation service in Greater Pibor and other areas. We also discuss the relationship between the African Park and communities in Greater Pibor, especially Jebel Buma County, where the African Park is based. We also touch things to do with the movement of African Park in the area, because there are some local communities who are a little bit not happy about the movement of African Park to some sensitive areas of mining, and the community.
The National Minister of Youth and Sports, Dr. Joseph Geng Akech, met with Save the Children's Country's Director, Christopher Nyamandi, to discuss ways to promote youth development in the country. The two officials pledged to working together to support young people through sports. The meeting also reviews mutual relations and cooperation between the ministry and the organization.
The meeting was to identify ways of working together as a ministry that focuses on youth and young people. We talked about our priorities, especially in sports, youth empowerment by way of skills development, and civic education, so that we have peace and harmony among our people. These are programs that align with the broader vision of Save the Children in terms of its engagement with youth and young people. So we agreed that we will take this discussion forward by way of signing an MOU to identify ways of working and supporting youth and young people across South Sudan.
Who are doing massive things in sports, in entrepreneurship, in culture, and who have a desire to live in peace and in harmony. Save the Children is grateful of the support of the Ministry of Youth and Sports, and we are pleased to be working on an agreement, an MOU, with the Ministry of Youth and Sports, and we look forward to further engagements to support the children. And
accounting officers from various institutions are gathering in Juba to discuss the fiscal year 2025-2026 draft budget preparation program to foster economic recovery by achieving democratic transition, macroeconomic stability, and improving livelihoods in the country. SSBC's Abraham Maken reports.
The 2025-2026 budget preparation progresses. Multiple challenges that include economic instability are among critical issues, topping a 3-day program with emphasis on deepening collaborative efforts to improve the country's economy and, most significantly, prioritizing timely payment of salaries.
We do recognize that NBS, including Minister of Finance, are not able to pay salaries on time, largely because of cash crunch in the bank. We do recognize that. I would like to re-emphasize to my colleagues, the accounting officers, that you are not alone in that. We do recognize that we are working with the Bank of South Sudan, to ensure that we address the challenges that you are facing.
In his remarks at the commencement of this budget program, the Deputy Minister of Finance and Planning, Bej George Anyak, says the primary objective of convening the workshop is to equip accounting officers and technical budget staff with crucial skills and tools necessary to prepare and submit credible and accurate budget approximations to the Finance Ministry, a fundamental step considered to help in shaping the national budget and ensuring alignment with fiscal goals.
The Minister of Finance and Planning is committed to rolling out the budget costing workshop to all MDAs, and this tool decentralized financial planning functions, supports consistency in budgeting and ensures alignment with the pre-balance system.
The Director General for Budget and Revenue Policy, Bolyor, has voiced circumstances which led to adjournment of the national budget supposed to be passed on the 1st July 2025. But he expressed the commitment of the team to finalize the 2025-2026 budget process as soon as the Transitional National Legislative Assembly reopens after recess.
As usual, we have delayed a little bit this year. Our budget is supposed to be passed on the 1st of July, which is some days now. This is an endeavor. We are trying our best to be within the Constitution, to meet the requirement of the Constitution, to meet the requirement of Public Financial Management and Accountability Act. But due to some circumstances, unfortunately, it was not as I promised during one of the workshops we had last month, that this year budget is going to be passed as per the law. With that, we will continue to improve on doing the best we could do for our people and for the country we all love dearly.
The Public Financial Management and Institutional Strengthening Projects Acting Manager, Theo Kevin and Paul Gitonga, representing the World Bank Group, both highlighted the importance of promoting accountability, transparency and efficiency in the budget to ensure equal distribution of services in the public institutions.
This workshop is not just a compliance exercise, it's a platform which enhances to facilitate dialogue, for consolidate technical capacities and provide a culture of fiscal discipline and strategic budgeting. It aligns closely with the PFM project's broader ambition to modernize budget planning processes, improve expenditure management, and embed accountability to ensure that all the citizens within South Sudan, they achieve equitable distributions in all the resources that they support.
From the World Bank's perspective, we see 3 areas where effective budget preparation by MDAs is essential. The first one is strategic alignment. Budgets must reflect the government long-term development agenda. That is the National Development Plan, Revitalized National Development Strategy, and so on. So that's the first one. But also, the second area is credibility and realism. MDAs must base their submission on accurate costing, realistic revenue forecast, and clear prioritization. Then the third one is transparency and accountability. A well-prepared budget sets the stage for better oversight, citizen trust, and donor confidence.
Abraham McCann, SSBC News, Juba.
As part of its efforts to improve road connectivity, reduce traffic congestion, and ensure efficient cargo movement along the Northern Corridor, the National Ministry of Roads and Bridges has directed Rhino Star Construction Company to improve Juba-Nimule Highway along Jebel Amianin and Nesitu section. Speaking after inspecting the road, the Ministry's Undersecretary John Kot Choldeng asserted improving Juba-Nimule Highway, which he described as a lifeline.
Our purpose for the site visit this morning is to assess the road and do the quick interventions, maintenance on the road. As we stand here, give the directive to the contractor to carry on its activities as per the directive of the leadership of Ministry of Road and Bridges. I would like to appeal as well to the public and the traders to cooperate with the contractor on the road due to the safety issues. If the detours has been shown, you have to follow what the detours say for your own safety and the safety of the others.
This is why I tell our public, the South Sudan Defense Force, non-security, Tiger, can now give it a saat or 30 minutes. Can take a mistake, it a kulta subur. Basat kaman kanda ke jana kuru rosa inak slow down, it a work. Pay chicho na chakalan gedam. Because for safety charges of care, we don't chocolate in almost minute the carne situ, we couldn't 2 weeks. From here from the bridge, because I get order yesterday, they told to be divert the old truck to go to the new bridge, and they said.
The Inspector General of Police, General Abraham Manyot Peter, accompanied by the Assistant Inspector for Human Resource Development, the Director General of Nationality, Passports and Immigration, as well as the Director of Moral Orientation and Public Relations, attended the tripartite mechanism meeting proceedings organized by the Chinese Embassy. The meeting focused on cooperation and coordination of work as well as the security of the Chinese business people in South Sudan. In his key address, Ambassador Makwing highlights achievements and China's contributions to the government and the people of South Sudan, calling for protection of the Chinese citizens and their businesses in South Sudan.
We highly appreciate if South Sudanese government institutions could offer more support and assistance in the following aspects. 1. To achieve precise communication of policy alignment, please actively conduct policy advocacy and interpretation to Chinese citizens in South Sudan, and keep policies and laws as sustainable and transparent as possible. 2. To ensure all-round protection for Chinese citizens and enterprises, please take effective measures, safeguard their safety and legitimate rights, create a friendly environment for the investment and business of Chinese enterprises, and provide preferential policy support for these enterprises. 3. To accomplish an efficient upgrade of emergency response capacity, please keep smooth contact with both parties at the meeting, attach importance to information sharing in case of emergency and deliver a timely consular notice to the Chinese Embassy in any cases involving Chinese citizens.
On behalf of South Sudan National Police Service, to recognize good diplomatic relationship between the two countries, as well as acknowledging the role it's played in production of oil, provision of essential infrastructures such as hospital, humanitarian assistance, and capacity building of South Sudan. And National Police Service in process of uplifting their professional skills for quality service delivery to our community. The protection of Chinese investment and business enterprises is the sole responsibility of the government of the Republic of South Sudan through law enforcement and security agencies. In addition, this shall also be facilitated to the.
It's time to go for a short break. Please do stay with us. We'll be right back. The Criminal Investigation Department, CID, has apprehended 4 out of 8 suspected individuals involved in the gang rape of a 19-year-old girl in Gumbo Shirkat on the 19th of this month. The incident came to light after one of the perpetrators voluntarily posted footage of the crime on Facebook, prompting swift investigative action as the victim had initially not disclosed the incident to her parents. Police spokesperson Major General James Mande Enoka confirmed that the case is currently being handled at the Gumbo police station with efforts ongoing to arrest the remaining 4 suspects. The police spokesperson urged the general public to cooperate with law enforcement by reporting any suspected criminal activity in their respective areas to the nearest police station. General Enoka also stated that the suspects will be brought before a court of law, and confirmed that the victim is currently receiving medical attention in Juba.
James Mande Enoka, spokesman of South Sudan National Police Service. I am making this statement in the general headquarters of CID and Crime Prevention here at Haisinima, Juba, South Sudan. The general security situation, according to police report, in the country is relatively calm and stable. However, there are few criminal instances which occur in some few states, and the police take action. Among these instances which happened is a rape case which took place in Rajaf Payam, Juba County, Central Equatoria State. On 19th June 2025, at around 5 p.m., a girl of 19 years old was raped by 8 suspected criminals in an unknown location in Shirkat Gumba near Kodoru stream. They took this girl there by force to an empty room and raped her there for a number of hours. After finishing their criminal act, they released the girl. The girl returned home and did not report the incident to her parents. Fortunately or unfortunately, yesterday, Wednesday, 2025 June, one of the suspects released a video of their activity in the social media. This video has been very unfortunate and very disturbing, and is of great concern. People began to identify the girl, and through scrutiny, she was known to be a girl from a known family. So the people report the case to the family, and the parents opened a case in Gumba police station. And the police started thorough investigation. A support force was sent by AIGP for CID and crimes, Lieutenant General Konnum. He sent the additional force to Gumba to support the police there in apprehending these criminals. The operation has been very successful, whereby 4 suspects among the 8 have been arrested, and they are here now in the police custody. They've confessed. They've said that yes, indeed, they are the one who committed that offense, with their colleagues who are not yet apprehended. The police investigation is in progress, and after the completion of the investigation, the suspects will be presented before the court of law to face justice. Well, the victim has been taken to the hospital to receive medical treatment. The Honorable Inspector General of Police, General Abraham Manyak Peter, congratulated the police of Gumba and CID for promptly arresting these criminals. The IGP directed that the remaining criminals must immediately be arrested and to face the same fate with their colleagues. South Sudan National Police Service is committed to its mandate to prevent and combat crimes, to protect life and property, to enforce and uphold the law. South Sudan National Police Service is appealing to the public to cooperate with the police and other security organs in preventing and combating crimes. What is expected from the public is to cooperate with the police and other security organs by giving information relating to the criminal activities and to the criminals. As the rest of the 4 of the criminals are still at large, we ask the public to cooperate with the police in Gumbo to apprehend these criminals. Finally, I want to assure the public that the security situation is under control. Thank you very much.
Governor Rabi Mujung Emmanuel outlines his administration's key policy priorities aimed at enhancing governance and promoting socio-economic development in Central Equatoria State. Speaking during a meeting on Thursday, Governor Mujung underscores peace, security, unity, transparency, and accountability are strong pillars of governance to creating trust between government and the citizens in ensuring service delivery. Speaking to the press, Acting Information Minister Jacob Aligo Loladu outlined major directives from the governor to all government officials to abstain from corruption, noting that corrupt practices will not be tolerated.
Central Equatorial State held an interactive meeting with the cabinet of Central Equatorial State. During the interaction, the governor was able to outline his key policy priorities as he assumed his position as the governor of Central Equatorial State. Top on these priorities are the issue of peace, security, and unity in Central Equatorial State. The governor explained to the cabinet his priorities in solving issues of peace and stability in the state, and the issue of unity among the people and the government of Central Equatorial State. He also outlined the issue of social economic development, where he reiterated his readiness to work with all.
The National Legislature, in partnership with the United Nations Development Programme, rolled out a 3-day capacity building program for legislators in northern Bahr el Ghazal state. The program aims at strengthening the capacity of lawmakers in budget preparation for effective public financial management. Ahead of the Standing Specialized Committee on Finance and Planning at the National Legislature, Garkot what underlines the committee's mandate in strengthening the state legislative assemblies to understand budget execution and resource allocation, among other issues.
To put whatever knowledge that we will gain from this workshop, because we are approaching July and we are supposed to start our fiscal year. And up to now, we still don't have a budget placed. So with this workshop, I know some of the things, some of the difficulties will be addressed and will be guided by this gifted team that came from Cuba.
It is a great thing that have done for us, because since we came here in 2022, we have not conducted any training on financial law, especially budget process in the assembly. We are really appreciate this coming workshop we are in, and I hope that we are going to benefit from it, and it is going to help us the knowledge that we are going to get here.
We are here to budget making process, oversight of the state legislative assembly, working relation between the Minister of Finance and the state assembly. We are here in the month of 3 days workshop with the assistance of our partner, UNDP and Bailey Consultancy. We are happy to be part of that state. We are very thankful to the leadership.
In a significant stride for educational advancement, Jonglei State Governor Dr. Riek Gai Kok signs a memorandum of understanding with the Ethiopian Debre Tabor University, Ethiopia, at the State Coordination Office in Juba on Thursday. The MOU guarantees 100 full scholarships annually for students in Jonglei State. Speaking at the ceremony, Dr. Gai Kok emphasizes intellectual empowerment as a fundamental pillar for development, adding that the MOU would address financial difficulties facing undergraduate and postgraduate students pursuing higher education.
And today we have concluded our discussion by agreeing on offering 100 positions in Debre Tabor university for the sons and daughters of Jongole State who have completed Senior 4. This is a historic agreement, MOU, and to us we have known the depths of relationship between our two people, the people of Ethiopia and the people of South Sudan. They have been living as one people in two countries. And we all know the role played by successive Ethiopian governments in supporting the cause of South Sudan until when we attain our independence. We are grateful to Ethiopia and to the people of Ethiopia. And
today we have signed this historical signing of memorandum of understanding to collaborate in education, particularly then research and community development further. So we are sure that we will work strongly for the fruitful achievement of this memorandum of understanding. I hope and we hope we will make it different in terms of its achievement. Thank you very much.
Over 50 community members in Yambio have completed training in community policing aimed at boosting local security and enhance collaboration between civilians and organized forces. The initiative, jointly organized by the government of Western Equatoria State and the United Nations Mission in South Sudan, equipped the law enforcement with skills to foster positive relations and collaboration with the community. In his opening remarks, Acting Governor Daniel Badabu Rimbasa commended community members for actively participating in crime prevention. State Minister of Local Government and Law Enforcement Severino Morris says the training marks a significant step towards safer communities through collective action and continued cooperation among governments.
We cannot have the peace if we don't involve the communities, because we remain win among the community. Salatin Barof Mahalmon begin from, because there is no chief or headman who will not know the Muliaja Fila Bitai Bile, the Muliaja Fila Bitai Zamande, the Munu Bed Bita Fibede Nasmunu Fog, Unasal Gadi Fibede, the Nasmunu Shikli Bitomun Cave. The community will know. Even Shabab Itaila, Umonat Nusiso, Barf will remain then as Mono.
Who asked to come there, sample Bita, National and Army, Finas Kitir, Lakin Fium Tani Kaman, Jubuna Sujun Baginas, Lakin Davis, there is Jubun Police, Masalatin, Mashabab, Manuswan, Nasal Key opinions, Ashan Calamita Salam, the Shakal Cave. But they Bordu, Kabir without conflict. Karena sana mafukri bahan besa amulnya Salatin police, lakin it's a continuous process because salam hukuma beengage na school baadaye.
The working relationship between the organized forces that were deployed and the community policing members on behalf of the community has played a key role in stabilizing the situation in terms of getting information of crime or some early warning information and then sharing it with the organization.
The Deputy Governor of Upper Nile State, Deng Joa Angok, calls on journalists to promote peace and unity among citizens by ensuring accuracy and impartiality in reporting. The Deputy Governor stated this during opening of training program to enhance journalists' capacity in promoting peace and unity organized by United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, and the Japan International Development Agency, JICA.
ما في إعلام بدون إمكانيات ما في إعلام بدون بنية ما في إعلام بدون لا يكسر تطوير الإعلام وده كله تحديات اللي تواجهنا لنا كولاية فأنا داير أوصيكم نبقى الدعاء بتاع السلام ورسالة بتاعت تكون رسالة بتاع السلام أنا داير أقول تكونوا الدعاء بتاعت الرسائل بيرسل الصوت بتاع المحبة بين المجتمع بتاعنا.
I would like to thank UNESCO for initiating this workshop. I have been following the project since I resumed the office. We'll also join you, and I want to assure you that we, the government of Upper Nile State, we will cooperate with you, and we are very committed for the SSBC radio in Malakal to be open back.
So that our coming to Malakal is a study that we are launching and kicking off a project that was funded by the government of Japan through JICA. So we should be grateful also to them, to the government of Japan and JICA, that they are making this possible support to SSBC Malakal. Part of this project, our emphasis will be on upgrading or renovating the old studios for the radio. We'll also be providing equipment for the radio station.
As young South Sudanese has captured the attention of the United States of America National Basketball Association, NBA. Kaman Malwach, playing for the Houston Rockets, is rated among the top 10 out of 59 best basketball players for the NBA draft. A prolific player, Kaman is ranked the 10th best player in the Houston Rockets. He is one of the most prominent players on the national team, securing on an parallel achievement during his participation in the Paris Olympics 2024. Dor Waldor reports.
With the 10th pick in the 2025 NBA draft, the Houston Rockets select Kaman Malawach from Rumbek, South Sudan, the NBA Academy Africa in Senegal, and Duke University.
South Sudan shines brilliantly in the global sports arena through its talented players enlisted in international clubs. Basketball player Kaman Malwach is making new history in his era as the youngest player. The United States National Basketball Association has elected among the top 10 players in the original list of 59 professional players. Kaman Malwach has also contributing immensely in the national team at the Paris Olympics 2024. In collaboration with his teammates, Malwach has propelled the country to competing in the African Cup of Nations in Angola in August 2025. This young talented South Sudanese is also in the limelight in his club Dukes in the United States of America, an achievement which has earned him a place in the American Professional Basketball Academy. He is now the highest rated player in the NBA Academy Africa and the Basketball African League ever, making new history when the Houston Rockets selected him the 10th to be traded to the Phoenix clubs. Malwach delightedly registered certification with what he has achieved in his football career before becoming a world-class professional player and South Sudan's source of pride.
Seen in years walk down that aisle, and it wasn't those two players that intimidated him. It was that seeing his mom in the stands here, and truly one of the great stories of this year's draft.
He told our Monica McNutt yesterday, Bobby, that his parents are at home and he thinks that they'll stay up a little bit past their bedtime to watch their son have this moment with NBA Commissioner Adam Silver. Jay.
And that's all we have in this news bulletin. Thank you for watching. I am Duku Wilson. Have a good night.